We'd been away for lots and lots of different jobs, and we really do love our work. But nothing beats this moment when coming home. The other side of the rainbow. So pretty.
So bright.
I think someone's waiting for us to go and say hello to them. Gilbert! Oh, she's But at home, it also never stops. And so today is probably the setting stone for the future of our home, and most importantly, how it will look.
I feel like it's long overdue that we go to shops, actually, and just see floors, see some tiles, maybe even get some inspo for the bathroom, because we still haven't ordered the bathroom stuff.
Yeah.
And we just at a point where we just need it now, pretty soon.
Yeah.
We are going to a couple of shops today to get some inspo and trying to find the right materials we want to use.
We already went to one and they didn't want to open for us.
Yeah.
So we're heading to another one. And we've taken some samples from the house with us so we know like the colour of the wood upstairs, on the beams, and the tiles that we ordered before for downstairs, so we have some direction. Because I feel like when you see things in shops, they always look amazing, and then yeah, it depends on the house and the light and everything else that we want to make sure we're 100% confirmed. But I'm actually really nervous because I feel like we're going to make a final decision soon. We really need to get the floor in upstairs before winter so we can start on the pipes downstairs. And that's very final.
Yeah, and it all feels very rushed, unfortunately.
But we're going to enjoy today. I think we'll take our time. I do just want to add that me and Max are both very reluctant to splurge our budget since the house went up so much in price. So our first stop was actually a hardware store where we hope to find a lower end price point for what we're looking for. But first, prepare yourself for the most indecisive gardeners. I found crocuses and I think these are bluebells. This is insect friendly. These are also
Hardware store suddenly.
like flower shops. But I'm not sure because these are the original names. I thought there was someone behind you. Look at the cutout. These are the tall ones that grow. They're quite big and tall, and they look like a hydrangea head, but just one single tall stalk. The only thing is I want to look around if they have white ones, because I really don't like the yellow and purple. Yes, they are the ones I wanted, but it's so light. I literally get like 3. Yeah, so I think I want these white ones, but this is like a mix of all, but they also have purple in. Would you prefer if we just have white purple like that? Maybe we take the mix, the blends, and then we have a bit of colour popping through. So I get 2 of them. And these are, I think these are the snowdrops, right?
Is that like a
Look how tiny they are.
like a plant?
I'm not sure. Daffodils, so I think I can get these later. I want to get these daffodils later. So I think that's it for now. We've been here 5 minutes. We didn't even make it through the door.
Now we are looking for real wood, and that's laminate. And in Germany we call the real wood ones Parkett. So that's what we need to look for. I mean, usually there's also nothing really wrong with laminate. I feel because it's for us and for our home, I would prefer to spend like a little bit more, but then have actual wood. I feel like it's just a nicer feel. Look, that's kind of what I thought. I mean, that's not the right color, but I really like the shape because they are quite long and like looks like proper board in the end. It is a little bit on the darker side, but it could actually suit our house really well. Of course, the one that we picked is the most expensive one here again. Here it does look quite orange. I usually prefer a little bit lighter, but I do really think that it could suit our house really well. But they had like a bigger selection over there.
It's very smooth and it's quite cheap.
I mean, I don't mind that it's cheap.
I'm not sure about that. It's
Really?
very orange.
I do really love the Hanging, but just not for our house.
Yeah.
It's just a bit more like manner.
I think when you have the floor space, with our house you have beam, beam, beam. You don't have just perfect floor space for it to stand out. Which is a shame because I also really like it. I really like the structure and details, but I just wish it wasn't so orange. That's just cool.
It's kind of cool, yeah. Romance.
Did they put silicone in it?
I think it's a bit too
Too dark for this one.
much.
And they have calm oak. Calm oak is kind of nice. It's definitely on the warm side. But actually, it doesn't look too bad.
It's not too bad, no?
And it's an oak.
Yeah.
Then we have rustic oak,
It's a bit
which
too
is orange. This one's literally called natural.
Mhm. I feel like they are quite slim.
Oh yeah.
They're 13. It's quite difficult to imagine upstairs because it's so dark and we want it like not too rustic,
Yeah.
not too modern.
I think it's so light, this one.
Yeah, it's quite light, but it's hard to imagine in this light here how it will look in our house.
Maybe take a sample of this one because it's so
Yeah,
different.
Yeah.
So what did he say to you?
Well, you have to order them online. You can't just get them here.
So after much searching and apparently no samples to take away, we decided we couldn't find the Goldilocks wood that we were looking for. One that wasn't too white or too orange. Therefore we took a break to look at the next vital flaw, the bathroom. Previously we looked at a store in Munich.
Das ist der, der rechts liegt.
And after taking 2 of their samples home, we felt we needed to look again with some fresh eyes.
I feel like this one's also too perfect. So we need something a bit more old, classic looking.
I feel like this one is like the first one we tried from the other store,
Yeah.
where we said like it's nice but it's too smooth, and this one is like the more textured version. And I like that it has different colors inside as well. I mean this one too. It's very textured actually. Very nice. I just love the way it looks. It's so pretty.
So I just asked ChatGPT, and we could use the natural stone for the floor in the bathroom, but we need to, it's a bit more maintenance. We need to, every couple of, I don't know, months or years probably, you have to like coat it again, yeah, to make them waterproof.
That's perfect. It looks like sandstone.
It is very structured, yeah.
Yeah. But I think, again, like a modern structure, not what we want. But at least we know what we want. I feel like our Pinterest board is perfect and like, yeah, we just know exactly what we want in style of a house. But I'm a little bit lost because I really like the one that you said here, this one.
Yeah.
I also like the feeling of it, but I actually don't mind the pinkish one here, this one.
But no, it's definitely an option. I just think this one has a bit more structure. It looks a
Yeah.
bit more authentic.
I think you'll prefer this in the house with the light. I think you'll say this maybe looks a bit too white. And I think when it comes to hoovering and cleaning, do you think we can get samples of this, or do you think I'm dreaming?
No, it says order online.
So with our online sample list getting longer, we had just one more thing to look at. So Max is just having a quick look if they have a bakery because we're starving. But I also wanted to have a quick look if they have sinks here, because the one thing that we found very difficult was finding sinks online. And we have a very specific taste of what we want, but it's really difficult to just see it online. So I thought I really want to see it in person and see if we are like correct with how we feel. Originally wanted to order these stone type ones, but we decided against it because they are very specific looking and we think it would be too much for our bathroom. Even though they do look really, really cool, there'll just be so much material going on in the bathroom. However, we did decide we do want a round sink instead of a square one that's stuck out of the table. And I do think they have something similar, they just don't have it in white. Something kind of like this. They don't have it in white, but I think that's the right shape that we wanted.
Kind of the shape, but I think the one we want is a lot bigger.
You just measure it. That one's 50.
Yeah.
So ours will be bigger. We're heading to my favorite section of the store.
Chickens.
The chicken, bird, and hedgehog stands. I can see them already. What are you looking for?
Something to get the weeds out.
I think we have one of these. Oh no.
I'm really impressed by that shop. I feel
Yeah,
like
me
it's
too.
our new favorite shop.
Yeah.
So it's like an hour drive, but they just have everything.
It is really worth it to come to a really good shop and find everything you need, and I do really like the store. It definitely gave us some inspiration.
Yeah. But what we didn't really see a lot there was bathroom stuff. And
Yeah.
there's one bathroom store on the way now, so maybe we just head there next.
I'm really excited. Nervous because I feel like we found everything we like, but excited to see potentially it in person and see if we definitely agree with how we feel or if we feel like we're swayed by something else. Well, you think we found the brand that we like, which is the Vilvoin. I don't like the outside, obviously we want it to be fully white. But I like the size because I thought when there's two people stood over it, that it wouldn't be big enough.
I really don't know why it's such a thing in Germany that the bathtubs are like just so closed off. You remember how we did it at my parents' or in our old apartment was like a little extended bit here and then down, because these just look so boxed and like always just squished in. It's very German. Yeah, I'm not that convinced.
So we actually found the sink that we might get. We really like it. It should be a little bit more oval, we think, but it's about the size that we will get, and it's the same brand. And I'm really, really happy with this now, because I thought that it would be too small and we would feel quite squeezed because we'll have one sink. But I think we can both happily use this and feel very confident, like washing your hands. You don't feel like it's going to splash everywhere. It's still like a good size. I really like this now. These are huge, actually.
It's nice. It looks actually like really small from the outside, but it's really legit.
You left me in the wrong place. Look what you've done.
English.
You left me for 5 minutes. So this producer of wood is English, and they name each wood after each English manor. So we can have our planks from Balmoral Castle in Scotland, or we can have planks from Blenheim Palace in Oxfordshire,
Oh, I see.
or we have Windsor Castle. The English Salis is currently the residence of the royal family. I really love the texture and the feeling. Feels like a real piece of clunk.
Yeah, that is true. No.
Very smooth.
Very orange. But I do think the other ones are just too
But you know what I mean.
too fancy. I feel like that's something where it would make sense to take samples home to see them in the light in the house, because here in this light that looks a bit too bright, but it could be perfect in the room upstairs, and the other way around with that. But I do like these two.
So we're looking at some tile inspo, because we think that most of the shops didn't have the type of tiles we wanted, and I just want to see if we find some tiles so that we can compare it to the stone and see if we find something kind of in between. I already get the feeling that they kind of have a little bit more of what we like. So, but this is stone or tile,
That's the tile.
but it feels really good. That's very grey. That's pretty. And that's tile or stone,
Oh,
because that's perfect.
I'm not sure
These in between.
if I like the different sizes in the bathroom.
But I thought that was the plan. To try and match it with the rest of the house. We're a little bit brain dead now. I feel like we can't look at tiles anymore.
I feel like it's just not the vibe we want to go for. Maybe we should actually just put stone upstairs, the same one that we want downstairs. We haven't found that one yet. We know like which direction to go. But that's pretty
The
much it.
pressure is that we need to get the floor in upstairs so we can move upstairs. So we can start the floor heating downstairs, otherwise we don't have heating before winter. But if we want to get the same floor downstairs and upstairs, we really have to get it this year.
Mhm.
Which gives us the pressure that obviously some places might take quite a few months to get it in stock. And other places might be able to deliver it straight away. But I do agree, like from all the inspo and from all the goals we had, that this was the type of floor that we wanted, and it's just not right with tiles. Even the tiled ones that look the same, I feel like we'll just always know.
I feel like we saw so many tiles with beautiful color,
Really beautiful tiles.
but
yeah.
it's kind of about the structure, like not only how it feels, but also how broken the corners are, how smooth it is, how deep the holes are. It's just different.
It's just a different feeling with the stone.
What am I sitting on? They are really expensive. The ones that we saw in the hardware store were more like 60-ish per square meter, and these ones are 90, and these ones are the cheaper ones they have. So we have like 65 square meters upstairs without the bathroom. So that would be like, what was it, like almost 6 grand. Which, to be honest, we just don't want to spend. We just spent 5 grand already for the panels that come underneath the floor for the floor heating.
For that price, it's really not worth it. We can definitely get what we're looking for, but a little bit cheaper, or a lot cheaper.
Yeah.
I kind of like this very thin wood they had. I like the idea of not wasting too much wood. So they had like the sheets with very thin wood on top, and I think that's a really good idea of saving cost.
Yeah.
But still being able to have wood, because I don't like to promote plastic, but having wood is nice.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it was like less than a millimeter of wood.
Yeah.
So it's super thin, and the downside is, she said, if it gets used a lot, at one point the plastic comes through.
Oh.
So I'm not sure if that's better. Then I would probably, and underneath is like that thick plastic anyway. So then I would prefer plastic in general, probably.
Yeah.
Because it also, if it's just such a thin layer of wood, then it also probably doesn't really have this warm feel of actual wood, because the plastic makes it cold underneath. All right, let's head back home, I would say. We got one sample
Today.
from a whole day. But it might not be perfect, but I just really want to see how that looks upstairs now. Which room? This room here? We have a very yellow contrasty floor.
I really like it.
Yeah. I think it's really nice.
Yeah, I think it looks nice with the beam.
The only thing is, I was hoping we find the boards a little bit wider.
Wider.
So I feel like they are a little bit small.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the end of the world, but color-wise, I think it's really nice.
Yeah.
And it's again interesting because it looks like, you know, the tier looks just super orange and dark, but as soon as it's in the light,
The natural light.
it's good.
Yeah. I still like it. I think I prefer this to the ones we saw in the expensive shop, because they all had black bits in, they all had different colours.
Mm-hmm. This
This one is all very same tone, and yes, it has structure, but it's still nice.
Mm-hmm.
And actually as well, it doesn't look too bad with our stairs, because our stairs are the problem, that they would look very different, but it's not bad. The more I look at it, the more I think it's not though.
It's not too dark, you mean?
Yeah. When I first put it down, I was like, oh, it looks so dull here. But then now I'm looking at it, I think, no, it's actually just warm without being orange.
No, I think we need something to compare it to.
Yeah.
But it's definitely a good start, I think.
Yeah, it's definitely a good start, because I really thought we won't find anything.
Yeah. And it's just crazy. It's really not a lot
Of space.
of space. And even though that's a cheap one, it still costs like
Couple of grand.
5 grand or so.
Sometimes finding that something special when on such a tight budget is not easy. But we're not ready to give up. We might not have Balmoral Castle planks of wood, but we will sure find something worth it for our home.